everybody. I'm taking a little break from my social media absence to show you guys something I got in the mail. Now, these don't actually fit my Rohmer, but you know, there are shoes like this that Rohmers can wear if they're in the Rohmer's size. So we'll just pretend like these are shoes for my Rohmer, okay? I collect shoes that are by a brand called JJ, and you can possibly see the little logo there. It has two boots. It says trademark underneath, and there's like a rhombus shape around the boots, and it has a little like a Van Dyke jagged border on it. So that's JJ brand boots. They were from the late 1860s through the first third or the first half of the 1870s. And the only kind of information I can find on them was an ad in an old shoe trade publication. And there was a shop where for a couple years they were the official distributor in the United States for JJ brand boots. Some people think these are French, but let me ask you this. If they were French, would they say the word trademark in English underneath? You know, maybe if they were for the export market, maybe they would say that because it would be required by law, perhaps. You know, I don't know if these would have been made for export to Great Britain or the United States in France. Another theory I have is that maybe they were just made in the United States or perhaps in Great Britain. I haven't been able to find this trademark, but if you guys can do anything to find it and let me know, I would be very grateful, because I love, anytime a pair of these comes up, I buy them because they're just perfect in my eyes. You can almost always tell a pair because they have the scalloped edging. You can see the scalloped trim on these flat ones. Another thing is they almost always had that little stamped brass star or flower. I think back in the day they called it a quote-unquote daisy, even though it doesn't look like a daisy. And then they would put a little black bead and hold it on over a bow. Usually this silk ribbon is totally disintegrated, and you might be lucky to have a few threads of it left. Somehow, miraculously, it survived on this pair. You can look at these and see that the ribbon has been replaced with, you know, maybe like a 1920s rayon type ribbon. At one time, these would have had that very silk ribbon right here running through it. And you can see the little puncture hole perhaps right in this area, and some rubbing from where that brass star or flower used to be. These used to be trimmed exactly like the red ones at one time. So I noticed on some of their pairs, like in maybe perhaps in the later years, maybe because they ran out of the brass stampings, I don't know why, but they would sometimes cut a star out of leather, out of, like, you know, gold leather, and then they would put it on the same way with the little bead, and then put the same silk ribbon trim underneath. I'm just assuming that was toward the end, or it could have been toward the beginning before they found a supplier for these little brass stampings, but that was kind of their trademark. So yeah, they made boots as well. I don't have the ad in front of me, but I have a very special ad that shows all the styles of shoes that they made for distribution in the United States through their New York supplier. And it's really cool because they give you the exact name of the style of boot, like a Russian boot or a Polish boot. They have a special name, you know, for their different heeled shoes. They might call it a slipper or a pantoffel instead of a shoe. They have another name for these. They might have called them ties. I can't remember. But yeah, you can see that they have the typical square toe of the 1860s shoes. that lasted through, you know, the first part of the 1870s before they started to get more of a pointed, rounded shape. Alright, so that's what I had to share with you today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.